Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today you're actually seeing us in real life.
In the shitter?
In the shit. I wasn't going to go with shitter now. I was going to go in real shape.
In real shape?
Not in the shitter. This is a great way of starting the video, isn't it? Well done, you're in the shitter.
Well,
anyway,
I mean, it's AJ racing.
Yeah, let's start as we mean to go on. Today we're trying out something different. We've always talked about doing, it's not really a podcast, would you say, Alan? It's more just chatting.
Ramble.
Ramble / nonsense chat. But we thought we've got some time today before we go off and do regionals at Liverpool. Thursday night practice session, and it's Need for Speed.
Yes.
Need for Speed. So that video will be out at some point.
That one actually will be.
Yes, maybe. Hopefully.
No, it will. It will.
Oh, it will.
I'm putting you in a wall just to get some content. Stop. James, if you get in front of me, I'm bidding you.
You're bidding me into a wall just so you can make a thumbnail.
Yes.
Perfect. Right. So what we're going to do today is just slightly different. It's always talking to the camera. We're going to talk about how AJ Racing started, how we actually met as well. We'll include that as well because that sort of ties into how it all started anyway.
Basically a Reddit Q&A without a Reddit Q&A.
Yeah, without any demand for it. Imagine that. And then we'll just chat a little bit about Formula 1, as we're both passionate Formula 1 fans, as you can't already tell by the fact that I'm wearing a Ferrari jumper.
There's meant to be a big W here. There's no W.
It could mean Williams, it could mean something else. Well, on that note, let's start. So, AJ Racing started in early 2023, we'll go with that? January 2023? Yeah.
More basically.
Actually, when did we meet? Was it January? February?
It was February. No, was it 23 or was it?
It was end of 22, was it? Oh, no, end of 22.
Because remember, we went into the Christmas season going, I think it was based about this time back then, so 2 years ago about this time, we met on a Monday night social, because we were going into the times where all the times would drop off the cliff, because it got cold, it got slippy, the petrol carts just...
Back when the carts didn't have any sort of, when TeamSport didn't have carts, not us having no skill, which would probably make
yeah, it's all the carts' fault. It's nothing at all about
nothing to do with the two incompetent carters.
No, there's no such thing as incompetent carters. There's only such things as skill issues.
Stuff in 2022 on a Monday night social Monday night social when we actually met up and chat. And
you looked alone in a corner.
I was alone at the corner. I was just keeping to myself because I literally had no idea who anyone was or who anyone would, if anyone wanted to talk to me, to be fair. Kind of daunting coming in and seeing everyone in race suits and you're sat there in trainers and the TeamSport top with a TeamSport helmet going, yeah, I might be out of my depth slightly.
I saw you all alone on your lonesome and I took pity on you and I thought, I'll go say hello.
Thanks for taking pity on me, appreciated it.
Right. I mean, it's made a lovely friendship out of it.
It has, yeah. So we basically started off in 2022 and just social events. We did club events after that when we both got into TeamSport. So we'll just fast forward on a little bit so we're not rambling on about 2022 for most of it.
That's a long time ago now.
So we basically we kept doing Monday. We kept doing Nottingham Thursday nights, didn't we, really, and Monday nights to try and improve.
We did Mondays for ages, and then we were like, oh, let's give it a go, let's try a Thursday. Did that, got absolutely cream crack of both of us, and then we did another one, and we did a bit better, and we just got progressively better and better, and then we became the only faces there. Really.
We became part of the sofa, really.
Basically.
Yeah, so we said that we both try and do BIKC because we had no prior karting knowledge or experience, and it just sort of suited sort of our karting lifestyle.
I had to drag you kicking and screaming into BIKC because you were really put up. I thought you were really out
I saw the really fast people in Elite, and being a novice karter at the time, I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to not be lapped after 2 laps.
Well,
and I ended up being quite competitive at the end of it with a bit of confidence, but that's why I need you, because you give me confidence to actually go out there and actually win stuff, and you just bottle it at Litchfield.
Leave my bottling alone. There's a bottle factory in Romania named after me, I promise.
Is there really?
No, I wish there was.
Oh, well, I so hope there was at that time. So yeah, we did BIKC last year, didn't we? Unfortunately, you didn't make it through local.
No.
So you got 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, 8th. 8th, because it was the top 7 last year who qualified.
No, it was top 6. It's always been top 6.
Has it always been
top 6 last time we've done it.
Oh, Will got 6th. I got 8th.
You got 7th, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, he came 7th or 8th. That's
Yeah.
I don't need to be more talks about it. Came 7th or 8th.
I didn't qualify, basically.
He didn't qualify for regionals. I won regionals. Sorry, I won locals. I did actually win regionals. That's for later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about later. I won locals. After that, we did regionals, did nationals. We sort of did it together, didn't we? We sort of went up and we'd practice and we sort of helped each other out. And that's sort of how AJ Racing became. We sort of just did it together and then we just thought, well, we're doing it together. 2024, let's do some actual endurance racing and actually team racing. Which is when we did Kart for Life at Trafford, that 10-hour video that's on the channel as well.
One of our first videos as well. Is it our first or is it our second?
So no, we had some random Thursday night members races on there.
Oh, fair enough.
And then it's then that's on there.
It was the video we actually put some effort into.
It was.
Actually put some effort and care.
It was,
into.
and I actually put the camera in the wrong position at the start.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and a whole hour worth of racing just to come off and realise that the camera's pointing at the helmet rather than at the track.
Well, it pointed at the helmet and your big. Anyway.
Yeah, my big-headed ego-ness.
Yes.
So then we just did that kind of stuff. Like you've seen us do Daytona 3 hours, you've seen us do Super Champs, you've seen us do TeamSport events, and that's basically what AJ Racing is. It's just us two just go-karting, showing you our adventures in time, and hoping that we can entertain you in a way that other people can't really, you know. That's what we're here to do. It's what we're passionate about at the moment, anyway.
I mean, I'm not a fan of horse racing yet, so I think we'll stick to petrol engines and electric motors.
I mean, I feel like you're a bit too tall for being a jockey.
You're the right guy. Maybe they could ride me.
You want the jockey to ride you?
No, the horse.
The horse? That's even worse.
No, I think I could hold a horse.
You could hold on to a horse?
I think a horse could hold on to me.
Since when do horses have thumbs?
No, they could just squeeze with their hind legs. Anyway,
I would love to be able to see that if I'm being brutally honest.
Well, if there's any animators out there, I'd love to see that.
Like this isn't going to get clipped enough. Like we're going to have you on a hind legs of a horse together. But yeah, that's pretty much. To be fair, outside the camera that you do not see that you're seeing now, this bit will probably be cut because I don't think we can put that out. Or maybe we'll make it into a short. Who knows?
We'll make it into a short.
We could make it into a short. But this is who we are outside of being professional and sensible, I guess. Really. Well, professional as in like putting out YouTube videos that aren't stupid and weird like that.
I mean, my video in the first 20 seconds had a gentleman belching at me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching part 1 of this video. Part 2 will be out once we press re-record again.
Yes, in a few seconds' time when we both change tops.
Yes. So to go away from the fact that we just talked about AJ Racing, let's talk about another topic that we will do on Go Karters Go Talking. Or it might be 100% natural. We haven't quite decided on the title yet. No, Go Karters 100%. No, was it 100% natural?
Go Karters Go Horse Riding.
No. Forget horse riding. You're going to get banned from Cheltenham at this rate. I hope TeamSport don't put us at Cheltenham one year because you're going to get banned from it.
That's alright.
Going to get restraining order.
Anyway.
Or at least don't go near any stables. Ooh, horses. Yeah, so on Go Karters Go Talking, we'll talk about go-karting and our experiences or anything we've sort of seen in the go-karting world, whether it's videos or just clips or just our experience of go-karting when we've been out, when we've done Daytona, Super Champs, BIKC, because we're both doing regionals this year, we've done locals as well. Hopefully one of us, maybe, will get to nationals, or if not, we'll just chat about something else we've got on TeamSport, I guess, on Thursday or something like that.
I think we could always talk about the Daytona Tamworth, the endurance race.
Yes, that as well. We will be at Daytona for the Super Champs and the 3-hour endurance race in November. So let's move on to the topic we were actually going to discuss, which is Williams. Now, Alan, even though that he might have a W on his front for a different reason, is an actual Williams fan.
Because they're winners.
Yeah, well, they were back in the 90s, mate. That's not wrong. They were the teams to be back in the 90s, but they're not anymore. Well, I guess they sort of are. I mean, you'd rather be them than Sauber at the moment.
Yeah.
So they're not like the worst team on the grid at the moment.
But to be honest, they're at heart. I think they're pushing into the midfielders now. They're not the actual midfield, but like the back of the midfield.
Yeah,
now they're going to be
they're going in the right direction to be at least with the midfield, which is something like 5 years ago they would have loved to have been in. But what we're going to talk about today is Williams drivers. Now, obviously, Colapinto and Sargent have swapped over. Alan's very excited about that.
We have two competitive drivers. I mean, what is this? This is like.
I mean, most teams have been doing that for years, apart from you and Aston Martin. So it's kind of a general thing, really.
It's like, come on. It's like, well, so my memory gets forward. I joined F1 back in 2020, late 2020. So that was during the George Russell and the Nicholas Latifi era.
Go Tiffy.
The true
goat of
Jed, without actually not harming, genuinely my F1 hero, the person I enjoy racing. Well, not the best. No, never was the best.
Make it clear. Not the best.
Not the best. I'm not saying he was the best driver out there.
He has a goat name, but he isn't the goat driver.
Sadly, but it was a person. He didn't have the talent. He wasn't the person with the talent, but he had the
dedication. Of defending someone. He didn't have the talent.
He didn't have the talent, but he had the dedication. He had the money. He was able to help Williams in while they were in the rut. But he had performed both in European karting, both in Asian karting to try and get the Super Point license. Considering he started late, I know everyone uses that as an excuse for him.
Well, look at Damon Hill. He started really late. He was. I can't remember if he was late 20s or early 30s when he started.
But at the same time, the further back you go, it's becoming more of a kids sport. Not kids sport.
You have to start very young to be able to get to the top.
At this rate, and I mean, you've got Oscar Piastri. Let's go. Not too far, but Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Alex Albon, Franco Colapinto.
Leclerc was young as well when he started.
Yeah, Tsunoda and Charles Leclerc, all of them are in their mid to early 20s at the moment. I think who's the oldest out of them all?
Out of all of those,
Max the oldest.
Max is probably the oldest, or it's Leclerc, one and two of the oldest, because they were racing each other in karts, and you had those videos of when they like take each other out as well. And I think
it's just an incident.
Yeah, I think they're either a year or a couple of years older. I could be wrong, but I think off the top of my head, I think they're probably the oldest out of the ones you've said.
But it's like all the new blood has to be within either early 20s or late teens at the moment. It seems where they wanted to throw everyone who's new into the sport into. So for someone to start late to then actually be able to put the work ethic in, it was like if you're going to try and do something properly. You're going to put the effort in. You're not going to just try and go, I'll let my money talk. It's not like that F2 driver who's absolute dog's water at the moment, who's just come in.
What, in this season?
In this season, there's a gentleman who's like, literally the only reason he's got the seat is because of his money. There's no talent in him at all.
I don't actually know. I sort of dropped off F2.
Yeah, I think that
doesn't surprise me though. That's sort of. But that's just motorsport now in general, isn't it? Really, it's like if you got loads of money, you can get into motorsport. It's not necessarily about being the most talented driver. It's how much money can you actually bring to a team, which is kind of like why motorsport is sort of in a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, the talented drivers do make their way through, but it's not how it really should be. Like you should be rewarded based on talent and hard work rather than just having a big paycheck. It's
not how because how the lower formulas F3 and F2 mainly at the moment is going. A lot of their thing is about money, about if money talks rather than talent talks. And especially then on top of that, you've got the academies. I'm not going to knock them, but or try not to anyway. The F1 academies is going. These drivers are the ones who are going to go to F1. They might not, but they're more likely than the rest of them. Even if one of the rest of them, who is it? You've got Drugovich.
He should have been in.
He's won F2. He's obviously got the talent to win it. It's like it was on a season where it was slightly less competitive than the rest, but then again, so was the season Latifi and Nick de Vries started. So
Nick de Vries I thought would be better than what he was as well. He's not really as good as what I thought he would be.
I'm not sure.
He was alright at Williams, but I think he should have just stayed at Williams where there would have been less pressure. Like you go into Red Bull, you know it's literally going to be.
It's a test.
You've either got to swim or you'll sink basically.
Yeah.
I think if he had just stuck at Williams, he might have been still there now, or at least he would have done the full season.
Yeah, he would have finished the season. He would have finished this season.
I don't think he would have been as bad as Sargent and got sacked halfway through the season.
To be honest, Sargent.
He doesn't come across as a crasher.
No.
But I think Sargent's main problem was that the Dutch Grand Prix had that massive shunt for qualifying.
Yeah.
I think
FP3.
It's FP3, yeah. Had that massive shunt before qualifying. That doesn't help you, especially when you're not performing your teammates, outperforming you by a lot, and you can't even keep it on the island. That doesn't help.
I mean, the entire point of Sargent was partially to move away from the old thinking of pay driver, because Williams have got the money now. They don't need to worry about financial stability with Norwich and capital and such.
Yeah.
So the entire reason for getting Logan Sargent in was it's meant to be slightly more talented, or it was at least highly rated in anticipation in the replacement of Latifi, and he basically did worse than Latifi. He didn't score any points at all.
No, actually, he scored one.
Oh no, he did score.
He scored. Was it 1 or 2? He either got a 10th or 9th.
Did he?
Yeah, he got a 10th or 9th last year.
Oh, fair enough to him, but it was like
it's still not what Williams signed up for, was it? Really, they signed up to Latifi for all Latifi's faults and memes that they got from him. He at least had a couple of occasions where he could. I mean, he had a couple of occasions where he could score points. I mean, I think back to the Hungary race in 2021 when it was him and George Russell, and George Russell, you would think, be the first person to score points, and Latifi, I think, held on to 6th or 7th. I think Russell was like 9th or 10th.
Yes, no, he didn't DNF. He managed to get points. He only got a couple points. Latifi outscored.
I remember Latifi outscoring him. I was like, it's like the Kubica from 2020 when he got the 11th place and George got like the 12th place at the Hockenheim Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Wet race when only 12 cars finished. And the meme then was George Russell being out-qualified by Kubica. Out-raced by Kubica. Even though he out-qualified him in every single race and he pretty much finished ahead of him, apart from by 1 or 2 races. He then ended up still behind him. So to go on with Alan's passionate rant about Latifi, my question to you, Alan, is from the last 10 years of Williams drivers, is there a problem with them only picking one good driver? Now, I say that, so we go from 2014 onwards. So you have Massa and Bottas then. I maintain that Bottas was a good driver then. He was better than what most people probably believed.
Yeah. And
you probably could have won a race if scenarios where Bottas was ahead of Massa.
Yeah.
And Massa did the Bottas role of just sticking in behind and keeping the Mercedes at bay.
I definitely think.
I think Massa was a good midfield driver, but he wasn't anything. He wasn't like a Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton.
No.
Or Kimi Räikkönen back in the day. He was a driver that could get you podiums and could get you the odd win, but couldn't really do a title fight unless he had the best car.
Yeah, I would. To be honest, I'd agree. It does seem when Williams hit into the 2010s, they were thinking more money wise, so they're trying to get one driver on the cheap, getting a new blood, getting a driver who's not been in F1 is going to obviously be cheaper than a driver who's already been in F1. So trying that, it does seem that we're slowly trying to move away, trying to get a cheaper driver, and with that getting a slightly worse driver.
That actually goes quite well because Bottas was only started in 2013, so he would have been a cheaper driver to have at the time as the second driver. So bank on him being not as, don't have to put out as much money for him. Massa being the driver who brings in the sponsorship, because they had loads of sponsorship from Brazil, didn't they? They had Banco Brazil, I think, or something, and then they had all the Brazilian sort of like petrol and oil.
I was about to say they had quite a few of the petrol ones.
So obviously they had those two for a while. Then they moved to Massa and Stroll. Obviously, obviously people have heard me say that have a go at Stroll. I don't rate Stroll as a driver.
No,
I think he's not as good as what people think he is.
He did okay in the Williams, and then he's just gotten he had that one podium.
Yeah, he had a podium where he could have got second if he just kept his foot on the floor, and then he lifted off. I think it's what I heard. I heard somebody. It might have been in a joking way, but I still maintain that that's probably what he would have done. Gone, I don't need to win this. I'll slow down so I can celebrate with the team, and then gets overtaken as he's crossing the line by, I think, Bottas.
Probably
in the Mercedes. So he was a P2, but then ended up being P3. I never rated Stroll. He's a good driver. He's an okay driver for what Williams were at the time when they just needed the money coming in to help keep the team afloat.
You didn't want the worst of the worst. But
No,
he was
better than getting he was better than getting another pay driver that wasn't. He was quicker than most pay drivers around at the time. But he wasn't anything special. But so we got Massa and Stroll again. Massa, nothing special. Will do a good midfield job. Stroll, nothing great. So that's another area where Williams really could have maybe got better.
Yeah, that's definitely
because they got Massa back out of retirement. They were going to keep Bottas and Stroll. I think Bottas and Stroll is a stronger lineup than Massa and Stroll. Massa and Stroll is a weaker lineup than Bottas and Stroll.
Yeah,
I think Bottas
so.
At that moment in time was it was getting to be like a George Russell Latifi sort of way.
Yeah,
I don't mean that in a mean way, but that's sort of what it was looking at. You had a driver who could be top 10 and a driver who would be 14th, 15th.
Yeah.
So they've really had that sort of problem of like one driver would be like up here and another driver was like down here. Why? We talked about money, and money can't be. Money probably can be the best thing, but do you think that's just like a Williams? That was just a Williams thing for a while.
I feel a little bit they focused a little bit far too much on money, but on top of that, they were for some reason just going. They were wanting a clear number one. They were wanting a Senna. They were wanting this amazing driver and going, oh, the other driver, yeah, it's fine. It was like going back to just a little while ago when they said literally 2 races ago when they had Alex Albon. It was like both of them in Q3. It was like Williams had forgotten. They've got that use.
They were packing up, ready to go back to the hotel with it.
Yeah, it was like it's not confirmed. Not that I'm aware of anyway. But it's like going. It's almost like they've gone. Oh, we've only got one car in the race. We don't need to really care about the second car.
Yeah, you did kind of get that feeling a little bit.
It did care. It seems that they've only just started now with James Vowles with the change in leadership, the change of planning, the change of resource allocation. Now is going. They're focusing, going. No, we're a 2-horse race. We're not just a 1-horse race. So it does seem they've changed that thing. But for the last 10 years, it does seem they've gone. All right, we need to perform at least in some regard. We need some podiums. We need points. We need the money. So let's focus on one pay driver who's going to give us the money, and then on a second time give a good driver who can actually put money via the F1 Championship.
Another dynamic Euro. Do you remember Lance Stroll and Sergei Sorokin?
That's the only one I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
That was 2019.
Oh,
that was before Russell Latifi. So you basically had 2 pay drivers.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, and they actually had a more competitive car in 2019 than when they did in 2020.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think to be fair, 2020. Sorry, not 2019, 2018.
2018, yeah. I was about to say 2019.
Yeah, I got myself wrong there. No, yeah, Kubica was in 2019. I think 2018 was when they got into serious financial trouble and they were trying to sell the team, but also obviously keep it afloat.
Yeah, keep it running, but try and trying to do what Alpine are trying to do at the moment, trying to get rid of their.
Alpine just don't want to be Renault, which is kind of ironic since they are Renault, but Renault don't want to be Renault.
We want to be anything else.
I want to be something that's not. I want to be Mercedes, but you're Renault. But I want to be Mercedes. I don't want to be anything else other than.
I want to be Porsche.
I want to be like the cool kid. I want to be the popular kid. I don't want to be me. So yeah, you had that dynamic duo. Again, not really anything to go home with. Then you got Russell and Kubica. Kubica pre-crash is a good driver, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he had his crash. Otherwise, that would probably be a very strong lineup. Probably the strongest lineup of the last 10 years.
Before pre-crash, he was amazing.
Yeah.
He
would have been at Ferrari.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He would have been at Ferrari if he didn't have his crash. Just shows you don't go skiing.
No skiing.
No skiing. No skiing and no going on rollerblades hanging onto the back of a car. We can speak from experience that it doesn't work.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I said hello to a truck, but...
You said hello to a wall, never mind a truck.
You don't care. Well, I can go through walls, I can't go through trucks.
Well, that's not what I saw. And then we get on to sort of like modern sort of words. Obviously, Massa and George Russell period of when you were kind of battling at the back, but Russell was sort of dragging the car forward. Then we get on to Latifi and well, Latifi and Russell, and then Russell, Latifi, then Latifi and Albon. So obviously Albon did the Russell role, and Latifi just kept on being the number 2 driver.
Yeah.
But to then go from Nicholas Latifi to Logan Sargent, I get what they were doing. Yeah.
It was definitely the right time, because you could tell by the end of the season for Latifi himself, he was getting fed up. He was pushing his hardest, and he was getting fed up. There was no results coming in, and he himself was getting bombarded by hate still from 2021. But for some reason, Williams went, all right, instead of giving Logan plenty of time to develop in F2, find out that he's not this amazing star they were thinking of, and maybe grabbing someone else, maybe grabbing a retired driver,
I would have gone maybe with Hulkenberg. A driver like that, Hulkenberg, or like
I think wasn't Hulkenberg didn't he already sign for Haas by
then? But you need that sort of level of driver who can come in, who trying to find a cheaper version of Hulkenberg.
Yeah,
a cheaper, maybe, I don't know what wages Hulkenberg's on, but just trying to find that sort of level of experienced driver who isn't going to break the bank.
Yeah.
And then evaluate, the likes of Sargent, the likes of I was going to say Van Tickton then, but not him.
Colapinto. Was it Aitken?
Atkin. Is it Atkin? Yeah, I know you mean.
I know he did one race.
He did better than Sargent, to be fair, in that one race.
I mean, he did take off his front wing, but even then, he still kept going.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he wasn't that far off the bat though. In comparison to the fact that Sargent's had a year and a half, and he's not really moved in positions of where you would expect to see him on the leaderboard.
He's not even kept on the pace really, which is the sad thing. It's like, come on.
Well, it's like, have you seen the F1 game where they like part of the drivers' rating, and you'd have like Max Verstappen on like 95, and Lewis Hamilton and Alonso on like 90, and then you'd have like Norris, Leclerc, like 88, 89, 87, like Perez is up there, and then you'd have at the back, you'd have like Zoe on like 70 something, you'd have the slower drivers that they deem to be like high to mid 70s, then like Logan Sargent would be on like 69 or 70, like probably like doing him dirty. It's like when you're getting memed by like EA Sports, maybe it's time to sort of just look at yourself and be like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Or maybe I need to go down to go up again, sort of thing. And then I'll leave it with you. I'll leave sort of like the last words with you. Like what do you think about Pinto, Sargent, Latifi, Williams in general?
Well, personal preference. Latifi, the god. Franco Colapinto, in comparison to Logan Sargent, is more or less of a godsend. Looking forward, it's a hopeful future. It's a case of seeing what 2 decent drivers like Carlos Sainz should be, hopefully next year. We'll wait and see. I'll probably look back in this in 5 years, and they both destroyed the car and really scored no points at all.
Well, I mean, mate, if we're looking back at this in 5 years' time, I'd like to think we're in a bit. We're either not doing it, or we're in a studio, or we're in like at least something that's
or to do something like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, with all these lovely couches and this big fancy camera.
Yeah, why not?
Fair.
Well, obviously not.
Without the controversy.
Yeah, we won't be as controversial. We'll just keep.
We're not making any Lunchables. We're not giving people lead.
Is that what they're doing?
No, it's the Lunchables had lead in, if I remember right.
Lead.
Lead.
How do you miss that?
Trace amounts of lead.
Jesus.
Because I don't care. Anyway, that's not what we're coming.
I mean, let's be honest. If we're trying to take, I don't think Mr. Beast or Logan Paul, whatever the fuck his name,
won't give a shit. No, they won't give a shit. It's the fans.
I mean,
we'll cut this bit out.
Honestly, fans, if you want to like hate on us, we would really hate it if you hit that subscribe button. If you hit that subscribe button, that like button, we would be
likes,
terrified.
dislikes, comments. Yeah. Leave all the mean comments.
It would do our stats terribly. It would knock us. I don't know if we could cope with the amount of numbers we see on the subs. Would we really?
Oh my god, 200 views. Oh,
I know, it'd just be terrible.
200.
But yeah, that's been Go Karters Go Talking. This might just be a 1 episode thing, or it could be a multi-episode thing. You will have to decide that. We cannot.
No, we'll edit the video and make it really nice. Look, I'll make sure someone burps in the first 20 seconds of the video, and
we can ask that. We can ask that tonight, can't we? Right?
Yeah, just get some.
Just go around asking. No, we'll go around asking not the Knots member, just the random people. Like, do you mind just burping in front of this camera, please?
Can you burp at me, please? I'm sure there's a kink out there for someone. I bet someone.
You know what? If we actually did start an only AJ Racing, it would probably be just burps.
Or selling actual industrial fans.
Oh yes, if you want only AJ Racing or only fans, we will be in dispute of that quite soon when we bring out our lovely fans.
Look out for the shorts, but I'll show you the intros to our only fans.
Go Karters, go talking. If you did like the video, please either like, subscribe, or comment and let us know that you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, please let us know why you didn't like it. To be fair, if you didn't like it, please let us know, because we actually, criticism is just as good as praise, to be fair. Cause
don't be mean, but just tell us what you don't like.
Yeah, basically, if you tell us what you don't like, then we can actually make stuff you do like, and that would actually help us, because we can actually make stuff that people actually view rather than just making stuff that people don't view. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Jay, he's been A, and this has been Go Karters, Go Talking.
Bye.